What's going on, trash cans? We are back with our midweek evaluation slash vendor interaction slash overall time with you wonderful people. What are we going to be doing today? Well, first off, as the stream title says, is that we have a schedule update, we have a channel announcement, and what is the plan for this weekend? Like, what are we going to be doing this weekend? And so our goal is to do a metric poop ton of buying this weekend. We absolutely would love to get into a nice size collection ish, nothing crazy, but we're definitely looking to be getting into stuff. So the show that we're doing is Saturday, and then we're doing another show on Sunday. The other show on Sunday is going to be a little bit smaller. I would say that I'm going to live stream the event. I'm just not familiar with the territory, nor the people, nor what we're going to be doing. So let's check out our most up-to-date schedule on Discord. So if you guys are just checking this video out, or if you guys are watching it live, this is where our schedule is. You go under live shows. And so this is the most up-to-date schedule. So we have the Royal Rangers card show on the 2nd. We have a whole lot of Soul on the 3rd. We did originally have a show on the 10th, but due to flooding, that show has been canceled. And then as you see through the rest of August, we're twice a weekend. We have September 6th, currently nothing on the 7th of September as of right now. And then we have nothing for the 21st or the 28th. So that's what we got there. But as you see, we're starting to get shows all the way out in October now. And so what does that mean for us? It's just that we're trying to plan out farther. So we did do this second Sundays. And so the way that he's going to run this is if we're at the October show at the end of October, we're obviously not doing a November show, but we'll go to December and then miss over January, February, miss over April, and miss. So essentially, it's every other month. So second Sundays of the second month, I guess. So every 2 months is like the theme of the show. So if we want to do the December show, we'll pay at the end of October, and so this way he can keep his thing. The announcement that we wanted to do, and just kind of like a hindsight, is kind of why did we do the shows that we did this weekend with Collecticon going on, with everything going on? Like, what was the intent behind it, right? Like, what purpose did it serve? So overall, we didn't really do a whole bunch of traction business-wise during the show. We did meet some really cool people. We did have overall like a good time, but the purpose wasn't to go there and make a bunch of money or to go and like do anything like that. It was really more to build relationships with this company right here. So the gentleman's name is Mike, and essentially I went down on Saturday and I said, hey, I really like the fact that you have shows in my area. I really like the fact that you have, consistency in the shows. And so I said, I'm interested in doing shows continually with you. And what that means is that as long as I don't have another show booked, I will be doing a show with him moving forward. So every time there's a show, I'm going to apply. And essentially, I want to become one of his main vendors. So whenever you go to a Tidewater show, you'll know that Trash Pumpkin will be there. And he was like, I've had people tell me this in the past. What guarantee do I have? And I said, well, I believe in loyalty. I believe in honesty. I said, I was doing so. For those of you that don't know, I did the Fairfax show on the 28th and Short Pump on the 29th. That was the same weekend that Chantilly was going on, and I did get offered to go to Chantilly, and I turned it down to stay to do these two shows. Okay, so that's not to say anything, but we wanted the ability to build a relationship with him. And so moving forward, we will apply to shows, and we are going to get 2 tables at each of his shows, no matter where they're at through the rest of August. And then there's some bigger shows coming up. So we have the Gaithersburg Fairgrounds, which we have on our schedule already. So that's the November 15th through the 16th that you saw. And we have the Gaithersburg Washingtonian show. So he should be putting this information out here soon, but this is going to be the show that we're doing on the 17th. And then we have the Herndon show with Doughboys, which is a subsidiary, not a subsidiary, but a additional part of Tidewater. They're not the same person, but they do work together. And so we'll be doing that show in conjunction. And then Annapolis on the 24th. So moving forward, mostly starting in October, if there is a Tidewater show, we will be at the Tidewater show. And that'll be all the way through the Metro DC area into Virginia and North Carolina. That's not really a thing yet. The Raleigh Fairgrounds and those areas, that's a conversation between me and the wife because, what's up, Shaker? Because, well, it's a trip. But we have the Raleigh 600, you have the Raleigh 500 coming up on the 14th of December, or the 13th and 14th of December, one of those two. So just kind of like giving you hindsight and a dive into what we're going to be doing shows in the future. Now we do have like some other shows that we have scheduled that are non-Tidewater related, like the Trading Card Expo, the 703 show. Again, the Herndon show is a Doughboys, which is a conglomerate with Tidewater, but I feel like working with both of them. And then, of course, we have Westminster. But Westminster on the 4th, I will not be there. I'll be at the Herndon show versus the Westminster. This is just substantially closer to me versus the Westminster show. So we're going to do the Herndon show. And then we have the East Coast already paid for, Second Sunday already paid for. But yeah, so that's essentially what our schedule is looking like moving forward. We don't have anything else coming up. We did talk with another small promotion company that we did on Sunday about doing future shows with them, but again, their traffic was heavily affected by CollectCon. Their show's a little bit different as well. It starts at 10, ends at 3. So it's an hour shorter, but it's really only busy from like 10 to 2. So there's really like just a 4-hour window or 3-hour window that's really busy, which isn't a bad thing. It's just as a vendor, longer shows tend to allow people more time to get there, find out about it on social media, so on and so forth. So that's kind of like what we're going for. If you didn't see in the Discord, we did get new risers for our trading card displays. And so that is this right here. And if my math is correct, this should expand a display like this from like 50-ish cards to 90-something cards. And yeah, if you're interested in you're a vendor and you're interested and you see this and you would like some, I do have a guy that prints them and he undercuts the cost of the market by a whole bunch. So yeah, I think the Gaithersburg though Haunter is because he has auto guys come in. I think that's what they're paying for. But I know that which show, the last 2 shows there wasn't a fee to get in. I don't think Annapolis has. I think it just varies on the size. Yeah, I will. And I'll have some if you want, man. And I have so many extra that I can bring you some extra if you want to give them like a test run and see how they do. How do you like them? Just to see how they fit and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll bring some extra with me. But essentially, like the idea is to do more with less. So when I go to shows, instead of having to get 3 tables to display everything, I can cut down to like 1 or 2 shows, like 1 8-foot or 2 6-foot, and like I can do an 8-foot in my side table to really get the total control or total like display out that I want. So that's what we're going to be doing there. The upcoming shows was supposed to be updated. I think you might do this tomorrow. And then I believe applications start on Friday for Gaithersburg. So, but for this weekend, like I said, we are going to be doing a bunch of buying, hopefully. And so we're going to bring our banner and hopefully people take advantage of our prices because we want to keep exploring our collection. So I think I already paid for... We already paid for Severin, right, Haunter? Like, for the tables? He collected payment early, right? Paid for that. I owed Josh for that. Paid for this. I'm pretty sure I did. I already paid for this one. Haven't paid for that. I paid for Mid-Atlantic. Did you get into Mid-Atlantic? What's up, Roadkill? What's poppin', my G? Mid-Atlantic actually is going to a 2-day show. Yeah. August 23rd, Civic Center, 10 to 3. Overwatch with Adam. You better be beating his butt. Yeah, starting in January. The January show is a 2-day show, which I'm super interested in. So I'm hoping to get... So once you get into this, you recycle. Mostly because the Spanish isn't a highly sought after language in the collecting bases, and the value of the cards aren't as high. And so, because people don't collect that language, the price drives down for that. And so, like, to give you an example, I have a Portuguese Jolteon VMAX, and it's substantially cheaper than what the English versions are because nobody wants the Portuguese. It's all about supply and demand when it comes to those older sets. Nobody really wants them in those language. They want the English, they want the Japanese, they don't want the Spanish packs. A lot of people even forget that those exist from that time and era, to be honest with you. Welcome in, Lotus, by the way. I hope that answered your question. Did you the big one? Did you apply for the big one? You're talking about this one, right? Boop, 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 beep, bop, bop, bop. That one, this one. Oh, you're doing the big show. That's right. You're doing the big show, the 2-day show, right? I think you said you're doing the big show. But yeah. So what are we gonna be looking for to buy? So the hot things right now, and we are gonna like do a deeper dive into it, is the yeah, instead of the 2-day show, because they had emailed me, I did that, and then I booked this one on the 1st, so it kind of like worked out. So I did a video in March on tag teams, like the current prices. So I'm actually gonna like go back and rewatch that video and see where the market is present day to the tag teams that were when the video came out. So I'll time date stamp the video when it came out, and then see what the prices were when I made the card, and then or made the video, and then do that. But essentially, like in our Discord, we were looking at like recent, jumps in prices, and so Mewtwo tag team. I can't spell. There's supposed to be an extra W in there. But this Mewtwo, there's a Mewtwo tag team promo that not what I wanted. I want the Mewtwo Mew. Where'd it go? 1 second. Mewtwo tag team. So pretty sure it's this one, the SM191. Yeah, so this card, if you look at the price, so ungraded in May of 2024 was $40, and now raw ungraded is $257. So tag teams are always going to be great when it comes to your like pickups in the value, but the overall like fluidity of the cards are gonna be like people wanting to grade them. So we're hoping to get gradable tag teams to send a PSA to come back as PSA 10s. Like that's gonna be the perfect situation, but we're just gonna be looking to pick things up in general. But this was just like an example. Another one that we posted in our um, Discord yesterday was the 53 UEX 53, which is the UPC promo from 151. So when we got this card back from being graded, it was 150 bucks, 200 bucks. But as you see, like recently, this card has been shooting up towards that 400 mark, and ungraded value is like going up even more. So like I sold mine for 37 at the last show, and it's now up to 42. Not the last show, but like 2 weeks ago, just to show you like that price difference. So whenever we're looking to buy at that 80%, we're looking at like market fluidity of a card and seeing how often it sells and stuff like that. And that's why I'm more lenient with my prices sometimes. Kind of bites me in the butt, but not really. What else are we looking at that were some changes? So the Mew Galarian Gallery we posted about already. I'm trying to think if we missed anything. Oh, the Charmander. So if you guys haven't seen the Charmander yet from the Obsidian Flames ETB, this thing has gone absolutely insane. So PSA 10 now broke $200 and is like floating at that 200 to 220 marker right here. This is for the non-PC. So the Pokemon Center one is insanity. So grade 9 is 139, but you should have PSA 10 sell for 2K. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's because the Pokemon Center population is so low versus not. But I know Haunter's on the prowl for some slabs, so he's going to be out there hawking things off. He tried to get our Japanese bubble mute from us, but we were like, nah, it's ours. Let's see what else did I miss from our little collection. We have the. I wonder if the Eevee's caught up to its price. So if you guys aren't aware, the Eevee promo. Check Discord. Sorry, see me reply. General. What am I checking, Fever? Hell yeah. I know that was you. There we go. But yeah, so the what's another that bulb the EV, what is it? Oh, yeah, what number is it? 173. It is the 173. Damn, I'm stupid. But yeah, so like this card ungraded is like at $8, but PSA 10 is at 70. So this should start to trend upwards to the right. It's just that there's so much prismatic out there that it's crazy. I also have those surprise boxes, but yeah. All right. Did we miss anything else? Glassbirds, everybody knows about. Greninjas, everybody knows about. Magikarp, everybody knows about. Oh, I did post this in the Discord, but if you guys aren't familiar with it, the Lance's Charizard. So all of the celebrations promos have started to climb. And so this is the non-jumbo, but recent sale 145 PSA 10. So if you don't have one of these, you might still be able to get one for a little bit lower, but the Dark Sylveon's over 200, and then we all saw where the Greninja went. So there's that. We posted the V Star. I don't know if you guys are tracking on the Charizard V Star, but that thing's gone up too. Trying to make sure there wasn't anything else that I missed. We all know, I don't think the Celebrations Charizard has done anything crazy. None of the promos from or not the promos, but the PSA promo from the magazine. Yeah, it's stayed the same, consistent at that 200 marker. Everybody graded theirs the moment that they got it. That makes sense. Haunted, how many slabs did you end up picking up? I saw you post on Instagram that you got the one. Is that the only one you got so far? Which Greninja were you talking about? This one? The SIR? This has gone up a lot. This is going back to where it was. Yeah, it was like $7.99 at its height in February. And it's on its track to be back there. But you have the Greninja SIR, and then you have the promo. This one as well. We posted this in Discord. This one's on the rise as well. This one's breaking 300. Hidden Fates Shiny Rayquaza. Rayquaza. Oh, this one. This one, right? And the Dialga. Very nice. I have a couple of the lower end. You picked up the... Where did you find the Dodgers Luffy promo? Just somebody had it on Facebook, or somebody knew you collected it? Yeah, I have 5 Shining Fates. The lower Shining Fates GXs on a 10 that I got. Trying to think. Oh, the Crown Zenith Dialga. That's right. I know exactly one. You got the Gold Star one, right? This one. These three, like, this is what doesn't make sense, though, right? Is that this raw is $67, but in a 10 is 170. That math doesn't math. Like, this should be, if we go along the lines of everything else that is PSA in value, this should be higher by all accounts. Like, what PSA 10 was in February 23, PSA 10 was 418, and then we spiked over here at 250, and then we came all the way back down to 158, and now we're kind of like back on that trend. So I mean, like, we're looking for that market retest, which we kind of saw. So right now we're in that trough again. So we'd say that at 150, damn, like PSA 10 was 120, 107. Should have picked it up in September of last year. I think getting these sequential would look really cool. If you could do like all 3 graded next to each other, would be cool. That would be ideal. Nintendo cards? What you mean? Oh, you mean like the e-readers and stuff from like Aquapolis and whatnot? I know there's more sets than Aquapolis. It's just the first one that comes into mind. You're talking about these, right? The ones that you could like scan them, the e-readers. Let's see what else. Oh. We have that Bulbasaur. I wonder what the Bulbasaur is doing. Damn. God damn. 145? But a 10 hasn't sold since April. That's dookie. That's a massive ass price difference, though. PSA 10s were selling for 270. Jesus. I was kind of perusing. What else? I wonder what the Shining Magikarp in Japanese. I haven't looked that up in a while. Donkey Kong card? Oh, you mean like a legitimate like Nintendo cards? PSA 10 118. Not bad. Definitely think this card's a lot prettier than the English version. I thought you were being just like I thought about the e-reader cards, not actual Nintendo cards. We looked at the Umbreon, the V-Star. Radiant EV092. Well, that was a new card we got. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if Price Charting will have the Radiant Eevee, but it's the Chinese. This is the Pokemon Day Eevee. I think I have this in the binder for like $3. The shiny full art Noivern. You talking about the GX? No, this one, right? This one? I actually think I have that card. Have to see. Was that 4? Nope. So that's the Beware. No idea. I thought I had one. Yes, I don't. Yeah, I have the Zygarde, the Banette, the Electrode, and the Altaria. Which I was told that the Zygarde would be one to hold on to because that has the potential to go up, but I'm not familiar with the Hidden Fates. Like prices. Because I mean, it's as high as I think it's ever been. Yeah, we're kind of like at that 105 time frame. Well, that's when I started collecting, just because it tells a story of like our channel and what we've done. But promos are going crazy right now overall in the market. So actually, I have to reach out to Benny. He said his son was looking. No, I guess I don't have it. I thought I did. But I guess I don't have the Noivern, or I sold it. I don't remember which. Because if it's not in the box, then I just don't have it. I don't know. I should keep better track. There's a strong possibility that I got rid of it. I also don't remember. I thought there was 5 cards that I got in that graded stack, so it also just could be in the pile and it's not in the protective sleeve. Beckett, Black Label, Japanese, Scarlet Violet, early purchase. I don't know. Like, having a Beckett Black Label is cool, but everybody looks at it and is like, yeah, I don't want it. Yeah, so $6.69. I don't know why this one sold. That's crazy. That sold for that. Like, everybody sees the Black Label, like, oh my god, it's a Black Label. And then you're like, make me an offer. And they're like, no. Bitch. I mean, it is substantially more than like what a PSA 10 is, but it's not that crazy. I am excited for the new Evolution set though coming out. That shit's gonna be sweet. A lot of cool cards in there. But yeah, we're looking for just anything overall good that comes across our way. We have our largest budget yet to spend this weekend, so we're hoping to definitely like buy into some stuff. But yeah, you have these two. Prismatic Evolutions is just getting printed into the ground though. Yeah, like this is under 1,000 now. Sylveon. Damn. Not a big fan. Aquapolis booster pack is $1,100. You got your goddamn mind. From unregistered sellers too. That's the crazy part. Damn, I would love to see this card in real life. $7,500. Insanity. Yes and no. So when you mean by buyer protection, what are you asking specifically? Like if somebody's a shitty seller or like lies about a card? Conditioning wise, false advertising, that such? So Diddy does not have a promo card yet, but Donald Trump does. The way TCG Player works is they outline exactly what is considered what conditions. So just because I know that there's pictures on this, I'm just going to use it as an example. All right, so according to TCG Player, your near mint can have no more than 3 discrepancies, being whitening on a piece of the card, a touch of edge wear, whatever. A card that has a bend through the card is automatically considered damage. Doesn't matter how bad the bend is. But whenever you see like damage reverse hollow foil, you want to click on it. R for black bolt and white R? What you mean? So like this would be considered damage, then you can see why. And so if you were to buy this card and they had listed it as like light play, you could argue that the card doesn't meet the golden standard of a PSA 7 or better. And so If the seller refused to refund your money, you could escalate to TCG player. TCG player gets involved. If they find that they sold you a card outside of your description, the seller gets a warning, and then if they do it again, then they're banned from selling. No, no, no. So like moderately played. Like you can, it's kind of like being on eBay. So like I would say this is moderately played. Some might say even heavy played. I would say this is heavy played. Actually, this is not moderate played. I lied. Um, this has got too much whitening. It's not. It's not like damage, but it's definitely heavy played. Damage would be anything more than this, but I don't agree with the moderately played. I think it's um, heavy play. Like where if something doesn't have a picture, then you could argue that based off of what's listed versus not. So like this says near mint. I also don't like this in Japanese. So like this is not near mint, right? So if you bought this card, you could refute that this card does not meet the standard of near mint. If TCG player agrees and you're falsely advertising your card, then you get flagged, and then if you do it again, you get banned from selling on their website. And then if you get accepted to sell again, and then they find out that you're a previous seller, it's already banned. You're auto banned again. What is this, near mint? All right, let's see what near mint says for this. All right, so this card is listed as near mint. Why does this card look fake? This card looks fake. Why did you get banned from Spongea? This card looks fake. It's also not near mint. My card's in better condition than this. I say it looks fake because it's got this 4-quadrant thing over the front, and the hollow foil isn't the full card. It just doesn't look right to me. It's also not near mint, but that's beside the point. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, so there is seller like safety nets on TCG Player. TCG Player is a very intrusive like customer service. Ah, yeah, let's not do that. Crystal Guardians. What's a booster box selling for now? Out of stock. Oh shit. No sales. But all right. On treasure. I'll just show you guys like upcoming. Because I can get in trouble through YouTube. So out of respect for the channel, I just ask that people be respectful. I know it's not like directed at anybody. That's new. Fresh Cake Collectibles. Well, yeah, no, but you did say it on YouTube. So whenever a video goes up on YouTube, it gets analyzed by YouTube like policies and procedures. And if something's found in the video that isn't in line with their policies and procedures, either the video is completely demonetized and none of the watch hours count towards the video, and or the account gets flagged, and then 2 or more flaggings within a certain period of time, then I get in trouble as a streamer. Oh, you're fine. Like that's just the reason why I asked to not for you in general, just like as a standard practice and procedure. You know what I mean? Um, in the fairness of being 100% open with how they like to do things, they limit and have like a very strict tolerance policy. That's all. There's still good YouTube content. It's just if you understand the reasoning behind certain things, then you can get around or circumvent it. That's all. But yeah, so we're looking for slabs and for that. Ba 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 da da. Oh yeah, I mean, again, like just there was good content, but doesn't mean it's bad either. Like it's just so everybody can have a say. What else do I want to look up? I wanted to do something, and I completely like lost my train of thought. Oh, my mind went blank. I'm dumb. But yeah, so that's really like what we're going to be looking for. Like I said, the one that's on Sunday, I'm not really familiar with. I'm not even sure where it's going to be at. So we actually, like, I do want to stream that, but it might be on the phone again. No. It's repetitive use of it. Like saying it once isn't. It's when people come in and do it like hyper aggressively, and then if I don't remove them from the channel, then it does it. You're fine, dude. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just giving you the explanation as to why we should just try to stay away from that kind of stuff because if YouTube flags the account, then not your account, no. It was like the dudes that came in like a month ago that said the actual word like until they banned them. But Haunter, you got anything that we should look out for you? Anything you're looking for, or are you just looking for slabs in general? I know we actually got this too. Pick this up this weekend. It's not a PSA 10, I'll tell you that. Damn, that's crazy. 7K. And the next sale is 4,300. Light play might be a bit. it's a 5, but it came in a bundle deal. I couldn't really say no. Came in a bundle deal. Somebody will just probably crack it for the raw. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people know what that Discord is, my good sir. I sure don't know what the Sponge Discord is. But yeah, like raw price 46 went down to 12. It was $12 in August of 2023. December was 27. Peaked at 68. So if I was a betting man, probably gonna look for a break and retest at like a $50 portion at some point. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people that don't do Discord or aren't in servers don't know of other Discord servers kind of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got this in a 5, but that came with a bundle deal. So not overly upset. It was a good pickup. Yeah. Um, I pretty much it. I think. Did you miss anything? Oh, hi Hunter. I waved at you live on stream. Haha. But yeah. I think that's pretty much everything we really wanted to cover for today. Like nothing crazy. We didn't pick anything up too crazy. We actually only bought. So that's like we traded for a couple like loose packs, but our pickups were not anything crazy. It was just helping a young kid out, like get the things that he wanted. So I did that. The spiciest thing we got, actually, I'll show you guys real quick. Because it's spicy. And it's a sealed product, too. What? Trash does sealed? Oh my god. Well, I got one of these. I guess I have to charge more than what I was charging, too. Because I definitely only had it out for 100. Shenanigans. I think Roaring Skies is one of them. The Pokemon Center will tell us. This was in 1999, by the way, y'all. So Celestial Surge, whatever this is, Sun and Moon, and XY. The fact that this was in 1999 on Pokemon Center. Sanity, y'all. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I was not expecting that. That's insanity. Jesus. XY 73 Rayquaza. Rayquaza. Yeah, one did sell. That's the only sale in almost a year. That's too much inconsistency. Like if somebody brought this card up to me, I don't know if I could value it at that price. That's such a big price gap. And there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales. His dad was upset because the dude was being a dick to him at the show. I ended up giving him one of our BCCG slabs because he wanted one for his room. And I just gave it to him. I felt bad, to be honest. Because, like, that dude was the same... Not that dude specifically, but there was a guy at that show that was bragging about paying essentially 50% of market for a dude's collection and, like, ripping him off. And how he got such a good deal. And I was like... this is how the hobby gets a bad name. Yeah. 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 Well, let's post the Pokemon stuff under the Pokemon tab, but yeah. Ponce, you said you and your sister are gonna be there on Saturday, so I think it's load-in's at normal time, right? At 7. I know you guys always show up early. You know, at some point, load-in's at 8. I don't know. Um, Let's go to the source. That doesn't help me at all. I'll email him and ask. I don't know. I'll email him and let you know what he says. 9 to 2. That's not bad. 5 hours. I'm actually just happy that this is going to be close to my house and I don't have to drive a far distance. Is this far for you, Haunter? That's crazy. Because I thought you could get all 3 of them for like... No idea where that's at. Howard County. Totally don't know where that's at. I want to say that I do, but I don't. But yeah, because the tin promo itself is $15. I have no idea why that thing's $200. But yeah, so we will... Okay, that makes sense. Got you. Oh, so we're like... Shit, man. What's the chances? What is the chances? That's crazy. You said your sister's going with you on Saturday, though, right? That's really... I like that. Jesus Christ, $512. All right, we're done. So, like I said, all right, Chicky. Yeah, we're about to close out here. Actually, what's up, love? Long time no see. Where you been at, G? Ghosting us is what it seems like. We were just going over. Okay, cool. We're just going over our ski maneuver and essentially that we'll be sports carding it. That like what our shows are going to be like moving forward, and yeah. What did you buy? Pokemon Sports gonna turn you into March 2.0. A random pack. That's awesome. But I don't think I missed anything. What's the Rayquaz's V at, actually? I just got a shiny card. Yeah, this bottomed out hardcore. I think it would have gone back up. But yeah, we're gonna do our post office run tomorrow, and then get ready for the show. Yeah, yeah, they are. You gotta send me a picture of what you got so I can tell you. But I think that's pretty much what we wanted to cover. Like I said, we are essentially trying to become the face to work with them. What I didn't know is that 2 biggest people in the hobby that do what we do started with him, so I can understand some reservations there as well. We will be live. So like I said, tomorrow's video is going to be recapping our video from March and like seeing where the trends have gone. Oh, cool. and then we're going to go from there. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do on Friday. Gotta open something on Friday. Might grab something from GameStop. Lord knows we're not opening up another ETB. Spin to reverse. But that's pretty much what we want to talk about getting ready for this weekend. Like I said, we're going to do a whole bunch of buying. So hopefully we can have some really cool stuff picked up for you guys between Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, I really appreciate everybody that stopped in. Open the select basketball. Are you telling me to, or that you open the select basketball? Oh yeah, I'll have to come peruse your stuff on Flex. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to call it a night and start getting ready for this weekend. Of course, have a great night, y'all. Don't forget to check out our, Trash Pick Thursdays recapping the tag team market. Hope everybody has a fantastic, trash-tastic evening. Deuces, y'all. We miss you too, love. I know we don't do sports as much, but we still love having you. So come on in. The water's fine. You always got a spot in the trash family.